Vandeyam Shri Guru Shri Yatha Bhadakalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Ragunatam Pitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishkam Vitamscha Om Jnana Timirandasya Yanachana Shalakaya Chakshuram Milidam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Gorva Bishtam Supurakam Guruganara Sisha Sambhushitam Chintya Samasta Vedanipanam Shri Rupa Patanugam Govindam Vidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Vande Vishwaguruncha Divyad Bhagavat Premno Ebijapranam Devam Divyatanu Suchanda Varanam Balarka Shelanchitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyambunim Sri Siddhanta Nidim Subhakti Lasitam Sarasatanam Varam Bandetam Shubhanam Marika Sharanam Nyashishwara Sridharam Vanchakopatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyevacha Patitanam Pavenibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahamaranyaya Krishna Prema-prayojana Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Namah. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Prabhupad. This is Madhya-lila, chapter 23, Life's Ultimate Goal. I'll start with verse number 86. Ananta Guna Shri Radhikara Panchisham Pradhan Jegunera Bas Hoy Krishna Bhagavan. Similarly, Srimati Radharani has unlimited transcendental qualities, of which 25 are principal. We heard yesterday Krishna has 64 qualities. Now it says, similarly, Srimati Radharani has unlimited transcendental qualities, of which 25 are principal. Shri Krishna is controlled by these qualities of Srimati Radharani. Ata Vrindavaneshvarya Kirtyante Pravara Guna Madhurayam Nabambayas Chalapango Jwalasmita Charu Sobhagya Hurekadya Gandon Madita Madhava Sangita Prasara Bigya Ramyavan Narma Pandita Vinita Karuna Purna Vidagda Pata Vanvita Lajja Shila Sumaryada Darya Gambirya Shalini Subilasa Mahabhava Paramotkarshatarshini Gokula Prema Vasatir Jagat Shreni Lasadyashaha Gurvar Pita Guru Sneha Saki Pranayita Vasa Krishna Priya Vali Mukya Santat Ashrava Keshava Bahuna Kim Gunas Tasya Sangyatita Hareriva. Srimati Radharani's 25 chief transcendental qualities are: she is very sweet, she is always freshly youthful, her eyes are restless, she smiles brightly, she has beautiful auspicious lines, she makes Krishna happy with her bodily aroma, she is very expert in singing, her speech is charming, she is very expert in joking and speaking pleasantly, she is very humble and meek, she is always full of mercy, she is cunning, she is expert in executing her duties, she is shy, she is always respectful, she is always calm, she is always grave, she is expert in enjoying life, she is situated at the topmost level of ecstatic love, she is the reservoir of loving affairs in Gokula, she is the most famous of submissive devotees, She is very affectionate to elderly people. She is very submissive to the love of her friends. She is the chief gopi. She always keeps Krishna under her control. In short, she possesses unlimited qualities just as Lord Krishna does. Nayaka Nayika Dui Rasera Alamban Se Dui Shrestha Radha Brajendra Nandan. The basis of all transcendental mellows is the hero and the heroine, and Srimati Radharani and Lord Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, are the best. Emantadan Shedasha Sakye Sakagan Vatsaye Mata Pita Ashraya Lamban. Just as Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani are the object and shelter of the mellow of conjugal love, so in the mellow of servitorship, Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, is the object, and servants like Chitraka, Raktak, and Patraka are the shelter. Similarly, in the transcendental mellow of friendship, Lord Krishna is the object, and friends like Sridham, Sudama, and Subal are the shelter. In the transcendental mellow of parental affection, Krishna is the shelter, and Mother Yashoda and Maharaj Nanda are the shelter. So, the mellow of servitorship, Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda, is the object, and servants like Chitraka, Raktak, and Patraka are the shelter. Similarly, in the transcendental mellow of friendship, Lord Krishna is the object, and friends like Sridham, Sudam, and Subal are the shelter. In the transcendental mellow of parental affection, Krishna is the object, and Mother Yashoda and Maharaj Nanda are the shelter. So that those words, shelter and object, let's see, again, we have the translation as such, but let's see. Ashrama, Ashraya, and Alamban. The support, so Ashraya and Alamban is the object and the shelter. So Ashraya, I guess, is the shelter, and Alamban may be the object. Anyway. Erasa Anubhavi Jaiche Bhaktagan, Jaiche Rasa Hoy Shuna, Tahara Lakan. Now hear how the mellows, or the rasas appear and how they are realized by the devotees on different platforms. Bhakti Nirdutta Doshanam Rasano Jwala Chetasam Sri Bhagavat Raktanam Rasika Sangha Ranginam Jivani Bhuta Govinda Parabhakti Sukashriyam Premantaranga Bhutani Krityani Evano Tishtatam Bhaktanam Hridira Janti Samskara Yugalo Jwala Ratirananda Rupaiva Niyamana Turasyatam Krishna Ribir Vibhavadyar Gatar Anu Vadvani Krishnadi Bir Vibhavadyar Gatar Anu Vadvani Prodhanandash Chamatkara Kashtam Apadyate Param. For those who are completely washed of all material contamination by pure devotional service, they are always satisfied and brightly enlightened in the heart, who are always attached to understanding the transcendental meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam, who are always eager to associate with advanced devotees, whose happiness in the service of the lotus feet of Govinda is their very life, who always discharge the confidential activities of love. For such advanced devotees who are by nature situated in bliss, The seed of love, vrati, is expanded in the heart by previous and current reformatory processes. Thus, the mixture of ecstatic ingredients becomes tasty and, being within the perception of the devotee, reaches the highest platform of wonder and deep bliss. So deep bliss means deep happiness. Erasa asvara nahi abhakteragane Krishna bhakta gana kore rasa aswarane. The exchange between Krishna and different devotees situated in different transcendental mellows is not to be experienced by non-devotees. Advanced devotees can understand and appreciate the different varieties of devotional service reciprocated with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, reciprocated with Krishna. Sarvataiva daruhoyam abhaktar bhagavad rasa. Sarvataiva durohoyam abhaktar bhagavad rasaha. Tatparambuja sarvasvar bhaktar eva nu rashyate. Non-devotees cannot understand the transcendental mellows exchanged between the devotees and the Lord. In all respects, these are very difficult to understand, but one who has dedicated everything to the lotus feet of Krishna can taste the transcendental mellows. Sankepi bahulun, sankepe kohilun e prayojana vivaran. Panchama Purushartha e Krishna Premadan. This brief description is an elaboration of the ultimate goal of life. Indeed, this is the fifth and ultimate goal, which is beyond the platform of liberation. It is called Krishna Premadan, the treasure of love for Krishna. And that's called Panchama Purushartha, means the fifth goal. So what are the four goals? The four goals are the four goals normally in the scriptures are, I know this my whole life, so now I forget it. Okay. As the four goals are karma, what are they? Dharma, Artha, Karma, Moksha. Those are the four goals. Dharma, Artha, Karma, Moksha. Dharma, religion. Artha, making money. Dharma, Artha, Kama, enjoyment. And Moksha, liberation. Dharma, Artha, Karma, Moksha. Those are the four goals, and they're rejected normally by devotees, but this is the fifth goal, and this is real. This is Krishna Premadan, Panchama Purushartha, the fifth real goal, the real goal of life, not Dharma, Artha, Kama. Okay, well. Purve prayage amira sarabichare tomarabai rupe koilun shakti sanchare. Previously I empowered your brother Rupa Goswami to understand these mellows. I did this while instructing him at the Dashavameda Ghat in Prayag.
Pavan Janardan Maharaj ki.
Previously, I empowered your brother Rupa Goswami to understand these mellows. I did this while instructing him at the Dashavameda Ghat in Prayag. Okay. Well, and the Prabhupada mentions Dashavameda Ghat. In the Bengali, it doesn't say Dashavameda Ghat, but it does say Prayag. Prayag is, in modern times, near Prayag was Allahabad, but that's one of the Prayagas where they have the Kumbh Mela, the Magh Mela, it's in Prayag. That's Prayag, very important. And Rupa Goswami met with Mahaprabhu during the the Magh Sankranti, during the January time of the year. That's also when Mahaprabhu took sannyas previously, and in Prayag. And then from Prayag, Mahaprabhu went to Varanasi. Varanasi is Benares. It's really Varanasi. Benares was another name given by probably the Muslims, but now Mahaprabhu is instructing Sanatan Goswami at the Dashavameda Ghat in Varanasi. So previously I empowered your brother Rupa Goswami to understand these mellows. I did this while instructing him at the Dashavameda Ghat in Prayag. So previously in Prayag, now in Varanasi with Sanatan Goswami. Tumiya Karika Bhakti Shastrara Prachar Maturaya Lupta Tirter Korea Udar. O Sanatan, you should broadcast the revealed scriptures on devotional service and excavate the lost places of pilgrimage in the district of Mathura. Vrindavane Krishna Seva Vaishnava Char Bhakti Smriti Shastra Kori Korea Prachar. Establish devotional service to Lord Krishna and Radharani in Vrindavan. You should also compile Bhakti scriptures and preach the Bhakti cult from Vrindavan. Sanatan Goswami was enjoined, 1, to broadcast the revealed scriptures on devotional service and establish the conclusions of devotional service. So, to compile the revealed scriptures and broadcast them. 2, to reestablish lost places of pilgrimage like Vrindavan and Radhakund. 3, to establish the Vrindavan method of temple worship and install deities in temples. Sri Sanatan Goswami established the Madan Mohan temple and Rupa Goswami established the Govindaji temple. And 4, to enunciate the behavior of a Vaishnava as Srila Sanatan Goswami did in the Hari Bhakti Vilas. In this way, Sanatan Goswami was empowered to establish a cult of Vaishnavism. As stated by Srinivasacharya in the Shad Goswami Ashtika, Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipano Saddharma Samstapako Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane Manyo Sharanya Karo Radha Krishna Pararavinda Bhajana Nandena Mataliko Mande Rupa Sanatano Raghu Yago Sri Jiva Gopalako. Prabhupada sang that. Prayers to the 6 Goswamis. So, Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipano Saddharma Samstapako Lokanam Hitakarino Tribhuvane Manyo Sharanya Karo Radha Krishna Padara Vinda Bhajana Nandena Mataliko Mande Rupa Sanatano Raghu Jago Sri Jiva Gopalako. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. So, this Krishna conscious movement continues the tradition of the 6 Goswamis, especially Srila Sanatan Goswami and Srila Rupa Goswami. Serious students of this Krishna consciousness movement must understand their great responsibility to preach the cult of Vrindavan, devotional service to the Lord all over the world. We have now a nice temple in Vrindavan, and serious students should take advantage of it. I am very hopeful that some of our students can take up this responsibility and render the best service to humanity by educating people to Krishna consciousness. So, Srila Govinda Maharaj, he said that, I believe this came from Guru Maharaj, that said that there was a particular form of Sanskrit composition with, forget how many syllables, but they did not know how to sing this. And then Srila Prabhupada sang the prayers to the Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupad sang the prayers to the six Goswami, and that was a tune that gave that meter, that Nana Shastra Vicharanaika Nipano Sadharma Samstapako Lokanamita Karino Tribhuvane Manyo Sharanyakaro Radha Krishna Parara Vinda Bhajana Nandena Mataliko Mande Rupa Sanatana Raghujago Shri Jiva Gopalako. That kind of like they said, gave that tune so you could understand me. Jukta Vairagya Stiti Sabha Shikaila Shushka Vairagya Jnana Sabha Nishedila. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then told Sanatan Goswami about proper renunciation according to a particular situation, and the Lord forbade dry renunciation and speculative knowledge in all respects. So he taught them about proper renunciation, which is called yukta vairagya, that renunciation for the service of the Lord. That means not dry renunciation. Dry renunciation is called shukta vairagya, and so that kind of renunciation is useless. But yukta vairagya means renunciation for the service of the Lord. So, an example of yukta vairagya. There are some persons, they say, more or less what they say is, money is the root of all evil. So they say, with some persons, if you offer them money, their hand will go like this. They will not accept it. But they say, but yukta vairagya, devotees who are serving the Lord, you offer them money, they will accept it. Why? Because they'll accept the money in the morning, but by the nighttime they'll be poor again. Because everything they get goes to the service of the Lord. That's yukta vairagya. So they're not... The idea of shushka vairagya, a dry renunciation, no, money is the root of all evil, I won't accept the money. That means you're not recognizing that to spread a mission, you need money. You need money to run a Govinda Mela. So you have to have money. You can't just... Another form of... Shushka vairagya means dry renunciation. And another kind of renunciation is called markata vairagya. It means monkey renunciation. And we see there are people like, well, it used to be, we don't see them so much anymore, but the markata vairagya would sometimes refer to like hippies who won't wear any clothes and who will eat only fruits. So they're exactly like monkeys. It's like monkey renunciation. It has nothing to do with real renunciation or service of the Lord. It's only eat fruits and sometimes live in the forest, not wear clothes or something like that. Markata vairagya, monkey renunciation. Advaita sarva bhutana maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankara samaduka sukha chami santushta saratam yogi yatatma drida nischaya mayarpita mano buddhir yomad bhakta same priya. One who is not envious, but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is always satisfied, forgiving and self-control, and who is always engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence dedicated to me, such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. So one who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor, so that means nirmama, nirmamo, nirmama. Nirmama means nothing is mine. That's what it means, nirmama. Nothing belongs to me. One who is not envious but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and is free from false ego, who is equal in both happiness and distress, who is always satisfied, forgiving, and self-controlled, and who is engaged in devotional service with determination, his mind and intelligence dedicated to me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. So nothing belongs to you? No, nothing belongs to me. Okay, give me the keys to your car. No, forget about it. Forget. Why forget about it? Because that car is to be used in the service of the Lord. Yasman nodvijate loko lokan nodvijate tuya harsha marsha bayod vegar mukto yasame yuktama mukto yasa chame priya yasman nodvijate loko lokan nodvijate tuyaha harsha marsha bayod vegar mukto yasa chame priya. He by whom no one is put into difficulty or anxiety, and who is not disturbed by anyone, who is liberated from jubilation, anger, fear, and anxiety, is very dear to me. Anapeksha suchir daksha udasino gata vyataha sarvaramba parityagi same bhakta same priyaha. A devotee who is not dependent on others, but is dependent solely on me, who is clean inwardly and outwardly, who is expert, indifferent to material things, without cares, and free from all pains, and who rejects all pious and impious activities, is very dear to me. So it rejects all pious and impious activity, not really concerned with, all the things of karma. Is not concerned about piety or impiety. His only concern is the service of the Lord. Yona rishyati na dveshti na shochati na kankshati shubha shubha parityagi bhaktiman yasame priya. One who is free from all material jubilation, hatred, lamentation, and desire, who renounces both materially auspicious and materially inauspicious things, and who is devoted to me is very dear to me. Shamashatro cha mitre cha tata mana pamanayo shitoshna sukha dukeshu samasanga vivarjitaha tuya ninda stutir moni santushto yena kanachit anaketa stiramatir bhaktimans me priya naraha. One who is equal to friends and enemies, who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, heat and cold, happiness and distress, fame and infamy, who is always free from attachment to material things, and always grave and satisfied in all circumstances, who doesn't care for any residence, and who is always fixed in devotional service, such a person is very dear to me. Yetu dharmamritam idam yadoktam varyupasate shradadhana mat parama bhaktaste tiva me priyaha. Devotees who follow these imperishable religious principles of Krishna consciousness with great faith and devotion, fully accepting me as the supreme goal are very, very dear to me. Chirani kim pati na shanti dishanti bhiksham naivangri pa parabrita saritopi ashushan ruda guha kim ajito vati nopasanan kasmad bhajanti kavayo dana Durma Dandan. Are there no torn clothes lying on the common road? Do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms in charity? Do the rivers being dried up no longer supply water to the thirsty? Are the caves of the mountains now closed? Or above all, does the unconquerable Supreme Personality of Godhead not protect the fully surrendered souls? Why then should learned persons like devotees go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth? So you can understand these have application today too. Are there no torn clothes lying on the common road? No, not so many torn clothes lying on the common road, but devotees do buy things from the thrift store. They buy things from the thrift store, which means just used clothing. It's still good, but it's used, so it's cheaper. They don't necessarily collect clothes thrown on the road. Do the trees which exist for maintaining others no longer give alms and charity? Well, some places you can just go somewhere. Some places you can go and pick fruit from the tree, although not so common, but still. Even here in Santa Cruz, sometimes people, they will, offer to let people come and just pick the trees, take the fruit, as a way of just picking the trees. They don't have any. So yeah, do the rivers being dried up no longer supply water to the thirsty? Well, a lot of the rivers you can't drink from them. But still, like here, when Govinda Maharaj was here, we dug a well and then so much water came in. It's very good water. Are the caves of the mountains now closed, or above all, does unconquerable Supreme Personality of Godhead not protect the fully surrendered souls? Well, it's more difficult, but there are people who live here, around here and all that. They don't have any residence. They just stay somewhere. Sometimes when the weather's not bad, they'll just find a place to stay, or they'll sleep in a car. So you get the idea of what's being said here. It's not directly maybe before there were rivers that gave water, they could take water, but still you can generally get water. You can find a place to stay. But here's the point. Why then should learned persons like devotees go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth? Now, I'm not a very good example, but I remember I was very good in school and I had very good grades. And then I went to the university and I was there, but then I thought, well, before I came to the university, I did very good. Now I'm doing okay here, good also. But this is kind of like, from here, where does it all lead? I thought from here it all leads to eventually getting a 9-to-5 job or worse and becoming somebody's dog. Now, after you graduate and everything, you have a degree, then you can become somebody's dog. Now, I'm admittedly not a very good example of what can be done in life, because there is such a thing as yukta vairagya. In yukta vairagya, somebody can understand, well, I had my education, I got a good job, and it's true, I am working, but I'm able to not only sustain my family, but I'm also be able to give some help to the devotees and to the mission. So that's very good. but some persons who are, not of that mentality, they're thinking, I can't fit into this. I can't fit into this. So then you get this. Why then should learned persons like devotees go to flatter those who are intoxicated by hard-earned wealth? So it's hard-earned wealth. People are working hard for that wealth. So, but here, what we see, somebody who has some money, they'll give some donation to the devotees to help the mission. Why? Because they're also devotees. Difference is that they're grihasta devotees, and as grihasta devotees, they're maintaining their own internal faith in their heart. They're giving nourishment to their family. They're giving Krishna consciousness to their family and faith to their family and teaching their family. They're providing for the local temple. And they're also providing for the Mulamat, for the central temple. So all those things. They're providing for themselves, and if you say, what service are you doing? Well, I'm offering on my food. And myself and my family are taking prasadam. So that's service. Taking prasadam is service. Yes, that's also service. But there are other levels of service, and there's the level of service to the devotees of the community. Then there's service to Gurudev and his mission. So all these Tabe Sanatana Sab Siddhanta Puchila Bhagavata Siddhanta Guda Sakali Kohila. Thereafter Sanatan Goswami inquired from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu about all the conclusive statements concerning devotional service, and the Lord very vividly explained all the confidential meanings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Let's see how many verses. Not so many more. Okay. Harivamshe Kohiyanche Goloke Nityastiti Indra Ase Korila Jabe Sri Krishnadas Stuti. In the revealed scriptures, Harivamsa, in the revealed scripture, Harivamsa, there is a description of Goloka Vrindavan, the planet where Lord Shri Krishna eternally resides. This information was given by King Indra when he surrendered to Krishna and offered prayers after Krishna had raised Govardhan Hill. Okay. So there's a description of Goloka Vrindavan. Then, Moshala Ara Krishna Antardan Keshavatara Ara Jata Viruda Yakyan Mahishi Harana Adi Sava Mayamoy Yakya Shikaila Jaiche Susidandahoy. Illusory stories opposed to the conclusions of Krishna consciousness concern the destruction of the Yadu dynasty, Krishna's disappearance, the story that Krishna and Balaram arise from a black hair and a white hair of Kshirodakshai Vishnu, and the story about the kidnapping of the queens. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to Sanatan Goswami the proper conclusions of these stories. So what are those stories? Those stories are called Asura Mohana Lila. That's what they're called. Asura Mohana Lila. They're stories that are meant to confuse the Asuras. Asura Mohana. Mohana means to cause illusion. So that these stories, just one second. Illusory stories opposed to the conclusions of Krishna consciousness concern the destruction of the Yadu dynasty, Krishna's disappearance, the story that Krishna and Balaram arise from a black hair and a white hair of Kshirodakshai Vishnu, and the story about the kidnapping of the queens, queens of Dwarka. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained to Sanatan Goswami the proper conclusions of these stories. That's Asura Mohana Lila. And those stories, then there's also some illusory stories like written by Bhaktivedanta Thakur. I think it's called the Krishna Sangita. And it has very many nice descriptions, but they're meant to confuse asuras, you know. Like they talk about Lord Shiva being a local lord of the hill people, because he.
And also the story that Krishna disappeared because a hunter.
Yeah, all those are Sura Mohana Lila.
Oh, somebody was asking me a few days
Yeah,
ago.
I'm not going to explain them to them because you just become involved. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's a story about Lord Shiva being the lord of the hill people because he's on Mount Giri, which is not exactly a hill, it's a mountain, in Kailash. But then he's fighting with all the people. He's fighting with the so-called Brahmin community and Daksha and all those persons. And they're considered the hill people against the people where the Ganges is. I mean, it's like that, a sort of Mohana Lila. If you read it, you'll become confused. I asked Govinda Maharaj about that once, and he said, we're not going to discuss it so much. Okay. Tabe Sanatana Prabhu Charane Doriya Nivedana Kori Dante Trina Gucha Loya. Sanatana Goswami then humbly accepted his position as lower than a piece of straw, and symbolically holding some straw in his mouth between his teeth, he fell down, clasped the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and submitted the following petition. Sanatana Goswami then humbly accepted his position as lower than a piece of straw, and symbolically holding some straw in his mouth, he fell down, clasped the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and submitted the following petition. Trinada Pisuni Chena, lower than the straw in the street. Okay. Nicha Jati Nicha Sevi Muni Supramar Siddhanta Shikailaje Brahmara Agochar. Sanatana Goswami said, "My dear Lord, I am a very low-born person. Indeed, I am a servant to low-born people. Therefore, I am very, very downtrodden. Nonetheless, you have taught me conclusions unknown even to Lord Brahma." So they were born in Brahmin families, but then they accepted employment from the Muslims, and even their names became changed to Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik of Rupa Sanatana Goswami. So they never tried to go in to the Jagannath Puri temple. So they did consider themselves to be, they had lost their caste that they were fallen. So Sanatana Goswami said, "My dear Lord, although they're the head of our whole sampradaya, Rupa Sanatana, my dear Lord, I am a very low-born person. Indeed, I am a servant to low-born people. Therefore, I am very, very downtrodden. Nonetheless, you have taught me conclusions unknown even to Lord Brahma." Just a few, about 4 or 5 more verses. Tumi Jai Kohila E Siddhantamrita Sindhu Moramana Chunite Nare Ihara Ek Bindu. The conclusions that you have told me are the ocean of the ambrosia of truth. My mind is unable to approach even a drop of that ocean. Panguna chaite yari hoy tomaraman baradeho moramate doriya charan. If you want to make a lame man like me dance, kindly bestow your transcendental blessings by placing your lotus feet on my head. So in this case, lame man means someone who can't walk. That's lame. It's not saying I'm lame, you see. If you want to make a lame man like me dance, kindly bestow your transcendental blessings by placing your lotus feet on my head. Vijay Shikailun Tori Suraka Sakal Eto marabara hoite habe marabal. Now will you please tell me, let whatever I have instructed all be manifested unto you. By blessing me in this way, you will give me strength to describe all this. Tabe Mahaprabhu tara shire dori kore, Madhya-lila esav suraka tumare. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then placed his hand on Sanatan Goswami's head and blessed him, saying, let all these instructions be manifested to you. Sankepe kohilun prema-prayojona sambandha vistari kahanana chai prabodha prasad. Look, Sanatan Goswami said, now will you please tell me, let whatever you place your hand on my head and tell me, whatever I have instructed, I'll be manifested unto you. By blessing me in this way, you will give me strength to describe all this. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then placed his hand on Sanatan Goswami's head and blessed him, saying, let all these instructions be manifested to you. Sankepiko hilun prema prayojana sambandha vistare kahanana jai prabodha prasad. Thus I have briefly described a discussion of the ultimate goal of life, love of Godhead. The mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu cannot be described expansively. Prabhu Ude Shamrita Shune Jayan Achirat Milaye Tare Krishna Premadan. Whoever hears these instructions given to Sanatan Goswami by the Lord comes very soon to realize love of God, Krishna. Shri Rupa Raghunath Parijara As Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishnadas. Praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus and the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya-lila, 23rd chapter, describing love of Godhead. Mm-hmm. So now, we just finished chapter 3 of the Madhya-lila. Now, 2 long chapters follow, but there's 24 and 25, and that's the end of the Madhya-lila, and then Antya-lila. I think 20 chapters of Antya-lila. Okay? Okay. Now, how come this is on the middle portion? Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama Jaravaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinatha Mananama Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Gadadhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhaktivedanta Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhakti-Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Chai Gosai Kori Janardan Bandhan Jao Ete Vignana Shabishta Puran Jai Gosai Charmui Tarana Tasavar Padarenu Mora Panchagas Tarer Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanebas Janame Chaname Mor E Abilan Jai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Padema Jayaman Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Kori Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamuda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Rama, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo Nitai Gora Hari Bo, Jai Saparikara Shri Shri Guru Goranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramanta Bharavaja Kacharya Ashtatara Sadashri Shrimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramanta Bharavaja Kacharya Ashtatara Sadashri Shrimad Srila Bhakti Raka Sridhar Dev Gosai Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Gosai Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishoredas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannathas Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Varga Ki Jai. Namachar Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhattaragana Shri Jiva Gopal Bhada Dasharagana Shadgo Swami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premzigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Shri Gaura Bhaktivedanta Ki Jai. Jai Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vishvavarena Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupad Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Kusham Ashram Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Tilak Nehriya Maharaj Ki Jai. Shri Vishaka Devi Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Navadip Dham Ki Jai. Shri Ram Mayapur Ki Jai. Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Saparshada Shriman Mahaprabhu Ki Jai. Shri Kuladip Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat Ki Jai. Soquel Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Seva Ashram Ki Jai. Ganga Devi Ki Jai. Tulasi Maharani Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Prema-prayojona Maharaj Ki Jai. Was the name of the book yesterday?
Religion of the heart.
Religion of the Heart Ki Jai. Gaur Premanande.